Hey, it's Brian, back with another episode for those of us getting an early start on the Christmas season. This is going to be the last of these little preseason get-togethers for 2021. That's because, of course, next week is Thanksgiving, the commonly accepted official beginning of the Christmas season, and that's when we'll kick off the official 2021 season of Christmas Past, with an all-new lineup of backstories to your favorite Christmas traditions and your Christmas memories, plus lots of other fun and surprises along the way. You can look forward to episodes arriving every couple of days, so now would be a good time to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything, and to spread the word to anyone you know who could use a dose of Christmas cheer. And while you're queuing up Christmas podcasts, why not check out some of the great new ones that debuted in 2021, like Planning for Christmas podcast, a monthly podcast that debuted back in June. This Christmas will take some extra planning, what with all the supply chain issues and the fact that there are fewer days between Thanksgiving and Christmas than there are in other years. So check that one out for helpful tips and calm reassurances from the host, Kim. Or how about Christmas Countdown, which debuted in October? Hosts Eric and Danny count down holiday-themed lists like Top 10 Stocking Stuffers, Top 10 Traditions, things like that. Check the show notes to this episode for links to Planning for Christmas podcast and Christmas Countdown. And then go explore the rest of the large and quickly growing world of Christmas podcasts. Back when I started Christmas Past, there were a small handful, and now it seems like there are too many to keep up with. It's a good problem to have, and there's something for every taste. Well, speaking of back when I started Christmas Past, I'm realizing that some of you listening now have been with the show from the very beginning. And that means that we're about to celebrate our 6th Christmas season together. I created Christmas Past because I wanted a creative outlet to share not only my love of Christmas, but my fascination with it too, through storytelling to explore the origins behind our favorite season's traditions in a way that felt fresh and engaging. Over the years, I've explored other creative possibilities with the podcast by adding interviews and roundtables, trivia games, a Christmas true crime series, live shows here in the Bay Area, readings of forgotten Christmas fiction. And last year, and despite all of the ways in which Christmas of 2020 was hard for many of us, Christmas Past hit a major milestone. On Christmas Day, no less, the podcast surpassed 1 million downloads. That's a rarity for any podcast, let alone a little one about Christmas, where 90% of the listens occur in a 5 to 6 week window. So it got me wondering, what's the next act for Christmas Past? Well, after a lot of thinking, a lot of hard work, a lot of help and kindness from others, a lot of failure and frustration and rejection, I can finally answer that question. Because just last week, yours truly signed a book deal with a publisher. Yes, Christmas Past, the book, is coming in the fall of 2022. Of course, I'll be sharing lots more details throughout the season and throughout the next year. I'm planning lots of fun giveaways and events and things like that. But let me just drop the suggestion now while I have your attention. This book will make a great gift. So, much more to come on all of that. But for the moment, I want to acknowledge some of the people who helped make this happen and are continuing to be part of the journey. Alex Palmer, author of The Santa Claus Man and The Atlas of Christmas, for his generous help and advice on creating a book proposal. Eric Myers, my literary agent, for not only believing in the project, but also for helping me to present it in its best light. And of course, for finding a home for it and then doing all of the agenty things that agents do. To Rick Reinhardt at Lions Press, the publisher. Alonzo Duralde, longtime friend of Christmas Past, author of Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas, and co-author of I'll Be Home for Christmas Movies, for his vision on how Christmas Past the podcast translates to the printed page. And last but not least, I'd like to thank you. I've said it before and it bears repeating now, this show is nothing without listeners like you to share it with. So thank you for the past 5 seasons, for sharing your Christmas memories and helping to spread the word. Here's to another 5 seasons, at least. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty Christmassy right about now. I mentioned earlier that the coming season of Christmas Past, just like every previous season, will feature Christmas memories from listeners like you. And I'm here to tell you that there's still plenty of time to send me one. Even if you've shared one in the past, you're welcome to share another. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It could be an anecdote, a description of what a typical Christmas is like for you. It could be a glimpse into what Christmas is like in your community, or just your general thoughts on what makes the season special for you. Just to show you how easy it is, I'll share one of mine with you right now. And actually, this one is going to set the record for the most recent memory ever shared on Christmas Past. It's only about a week old at the time of this recording, so technically it doesn't even take place during the Christmas season, but that's actually part of the story, so bear with me. It's actually 2 stories in one, and it goes a little something like this. Just over a year ago, we welcomed baby Dashiell into the world. 7.3 pounds of pure Christmas spirit. My wife and I ended up spending a few more days at the hospital than we originally planned to, so at one point I ran back to the house to pick up some clean clothes. On the way back to the hospital, I stopped at a store to pick up some treats so that we could have a little celebration. Well, it being November, there were panettones on the shelf, and me being me, I picked one up. Later, back in our room, we dug into the panettone and decided that it was not only a Christmassy treat, but also Dashiell's first birthday cake. Fast forward a year, and we're getting ready to celebrate Dash's first birthday. Several of our friends and family flew out from the East Coast, where we're originally from. We won't be traveling this Christmas, and it occurred to us that this would be the one time during the fall and winter that Dash would be surrounded by family. So why not have a little mock Christmas celebration in addition to his birthday? So we put up a tree and a few decorations, we made simple ornaments to commemorate the occasion, and played Christmas music and put out a gingerbread house. And we let Dash open a few birthday presents but pretended they were Christmas presents. The next day, at his actual birthday, we repeated what will likely be a lasting tradition of eating panettone together and celebrating our special little guy. So, your turn. To share a Christmas memory, simply record yourself speaking into your phone's voice memo app and then send it to christmaspastpodcast@gmail.com. Just keep it reasonably short, clean, and family-friendly, and be sure to say your name and where you're from. I'll see you again 1 week from today for the big kickoff. Until then, let me remind you as always that Christmas Past is produced in wonderful Willow Glen, California by yours truly, Brian Earl. Be sure to stay connected with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and join the private Christmas Past Facebook group if you haven't yet to celebrate with the family all season long and beyond. And if you're really feeling the Christmas spirit, why not help more people discover the show? It's as easy as telling a friend about it or leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. If you do leave a review, I'll send you a Christmas Past sticker and a handwritten Christmas card as my way of saying thanks. Reach out for details on that. I can't wait to share the all-new 2021 season of Christmas Past with you, and until we meet again, may your days be merry and bright.